In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to take your code that you've placed on your class assistant and transfer it to REPL.it so that you can run it and be initially underwhelmed. So here we are in REPL.it, and I'm going to create a new Java REPL.it, and I'm going to call it, how about Classic Code? Here we go, and I create my REPL. Now, the way you create this class is called main, and it is our first class. But we are going to make a new class. We want another class, and we are going to click on add a file. We're going to call that dog for dog because we're making the dog class. And then we add an extension. In REPL.it, we add the extension .java. Often you don't have to add that. It's added for you, but in REPL.it, you do have to add the .java. Then we're going to write our classic class code, public class dog. There is our class. We've declared our class, the PC class declaration. Then I'm going to type in my ivars. That's a comment. It's not necessary, but I still like to do it. And remember that our vars have the word private, and then we declare the type, and we name a variable, but we don't assign it a value. That's for our constructor to do. And then we're going to have a private int called age, and now I have my two ivars. Now I'm going to put in my constructor. I don't use the word dog, but you can see it's the same thing as up there as far as like the word public and dog. And then I also, because it's a constructor, it's actually taking some action. I'm going to just go open paren, close paren, and then I'm going to self-seal it. You could also do that. Either way is fine. Now I'm going to make my, by the way, this is my default constructor. I'm just going to label that or comment that. This is my default constructor, and this is the overloaded constructor. And here I'm going to take in some values. I'm going to take in a string that I'm going to use the word init name, and I'm going to take in an init age. So there, I'm going to start with an initial name and an initial age, which by the way I can change with setters and getters. Then I'm going to assign these ivar values right from the start. So the first ivar I'm going to assign is the ivar name, and that is going to get the initial name passed to it. Wow. And I'm going to have the age get the initial age passed to it through the overloaded constructor. So I have created this class. It is now good to go. Now, when I run this code, all I get is, in theory, the hello world. But now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create two instances of dogs, and I know it will be overwhelming, but to create a new instance of a dog, just like when I create a string, string hello gets hello, I'm actually going to declare a new dog. So I'm going to go, it's of type dog, and I'm just going to give it the variable name D1, and it is going to get a new dog, and I'm going to pass it the two parameters. The first parameter is a string, which is duh, and I believe the age of duh was 5. I hope my memory's right. And then I have dog D2, which is going to be a new dog. And this one is told ya so. And it's the age 2, I hope. Now, when this code initially runs, it will be underwhelming and not do anything. But it actually, behind the screen, is creating two new objects. Just for fun, if you did want to system.out and see what's in D1, you could use the toString method, which is a default method, and you can at least get a little bit of action there. There is the address of where dog is stored in memory on this particular computer at this particular time. So at least I can have some output to see that I made a dog.